All right, what's up, everyone? Before I go into the watch list video for Friday, April 24th, let me start off by showing this. So I tweeted this today, and this really seems to upset people lately. I got a nasty email the other day saying my equity curve doesn't mean anything. They want to see numbers. And then I got a reply to this tweet. And that, by the way, that email, that really nasty email, is part of the reason why I show it more often now, right? But it could also be said that every time I post it, it's a new picture because it's always up to date. You can see this is through the end of today. Each green dot means new high for the year. I only had one really blunder this year so far, and that was right after vacation when I came back in a gambling mode. And it probably took me 6 to 7 to 8 trading days to get back to new highs for the year. So I had this, and this was, believe me, this was a nasty blip. This was way more than my daily loss limit, and I just blew off my rules. So, but you can see I'm right back to applying my process every day. And so as I tweeted there, there's two factors that help me achieve this equity curve, right? And the one is following a daily process. And you can just look at this and see that this is process driven, right? There's no way you could just steady up like this without following a daily process. This blip notwithstanding. And then I also tweeted this today because I wanted to give props to the amazing group in the chat room. I mean, there's so many trades that I make money on that I would have never seen if I wasn't trading with a great group of people who know what A+ setups look like, right? So it's not uncommon to have 2 or 3 people post the same setup before it triggers, which, believe me, I absolutely love that. I'll give you an example from today. BYND. All right, so this was already on the watch list, and I'll scroll over here. So 2 sessions ago, it hits 92 to the exact number. You know we love whole number inflection points, not just any random whole number, but then you've got like a day and a half, a little over 2 days. 2 days and then about 30 minutes of 5-minute candles forming a little cup and handle, right? So 2 different people, and I don't know how to pronounce it. QUY, I think it's pronounced Key, and Reichert J both posted the 92 break idea. It's not just some random whole number, but it's a break of the high a couple sessions ago. And you've got kind of a pre-market little cup and not pre-market, but early market when the first 30 minutes cup and handle. Both of those guys posted 30 or 92 idea on BYND, which again is what we call a 2-day high break. You don't really include this. You're talking about a 2-day high break, meaning today's high and a recent high, right? And you had that, and plus a whole number inflection point. Look what happened. So there's the 92 call, and then later in the afternoon, Wayne applies the second mouse to 96 right there. He jumped on the mic probably about here and, talking about what he likes in the afternoon. And one of them was beyond through 96. He said it's holding up really well. And look at that. So there's 2 calls, one at 92 by a couple different guys, and then one at 96 by Wayne. And I apologize if I'm leaving anybody out, because I could go back and do a chat room search and probably find 3 or 4 more people who mentioned the 96 and the 92, but I just did a quick search to see because I like to give credit where credit's due. And again, I posted that teamwork comment on Twitter because, again, I make a lot of money off of the great group in the room. All right, so having said all that, and another reason, and this was my answer to this person, and you know what, it turns out that they really, the email person was just nasty, but this person on Twitter, I don't believe was being combative. But it still came off as kind of snarky to me. And I'll explain it like this. Most of you know I'm self-taught, right? From an assembly line for General Motors inside of a factory using a laptop and an air card. I don't know anyone else on the planet who's done that. And that's not me being braggy. I'm just saying most people would, like I get emails all the time. Oh, I'd love to join your chat room, but I can't because I have this job or this gets in the way, or this is... I found a way. I knew I wanted to be a day trader, right? I found a way from a GM assembly line with a laptop and an air card. You talk about really shitty conditions to try to day trade under. That's it right there. I don't know how it could get any worse. I worked second shift for a while too, so I could be home, but then I didn't sleep. But for the most part, I'm self-taught from day shift, from a laptop and an air card. So when you see me post that equity curve, I don't know. It's not really look what I did or look what I can do or you have to join my service because look how great I am. It's not that. It's more that I'm super damn proud of this. I am, because I know people to this day, still on the line from when I was there, and they're freaking miserable, and I was miserable. So for me, this is it's my Shawshank Redemption footprint. It's me having broken out and doing. I was one of those guys that everyone who knew me from high school and early on after that couldn't believe I went to work for General Motors on an assembly line. I was one of those people that everyone who knew me said, I can't believe that's what you've chosen. You're way smarter than that. And again, that sounds terrible because there was guys with master's degrees on that line, by the way, because you know what? Benefits were good and the pay was decent. And during part of that period, jobs were scarce, right? And like any man, people do what they have to do. So it's just, it's something I'm really, really proud of. And I'll leave it at that. I feel like I could just talk about this. I could probably do a whole webinar on just, like how thankful I am, how proud I am of what I've done. I really am, because it's not easy to walk away from what would have been a full pension and fully paid for health care. When I think I was 7 years from getting, being fully vested in everything. And then I could have done this. But I left early because the security guard wouldn't let me bring my laptop in anymore. And I wasn't going to not trade, right? So anyway, and then one other thing, I said to that guy, if it bothers you, you can always unfollow me. I said, but then you'll be missing gems like this. So not everything I post is day trading related, right? Or an equity curve, but I'm sorry, that's funny to me. Let's go into the watch list. You ready? I'm ready. I've babbled long enough. 7 minutes into the video, I'm actually going to show some charts. So let me start with the SPY. So the SPY, a fairly narrow range, relatively speaking, to the recent crazy action. It had a nice run going and then ended up going out at its lows. And if you weren't there today, right here, it got released that Gilead's Remdesivir, or whatever that drug is not effective on COVID, and it hit Gilead and it hit the entire market. I'm not sure where Gilead ended up. You see that nasty sell-off there. So that hit everything. So if you were trading, and hats off, I think it was Kevin P. Typed out, watch the SPY. Probably right there, like within the first minute. And then, a lot of people didn't see it because it was lunchtime and we're not sitting there really staring at our charts that much. And so when I saw Kevin's post and I saw the SPY, I immediately jumped on the mic. So that way anyone who's not looking and not reading chat can be privy to this, right? If you're in something long and something like this happens, I don't wait to see what it is. I just get out of my positions, right? And actually when this happened, I wasn't in anything. So I jumped on the mic. And that's just another example of the great teamwork in there. Thanks to Kevin, I was able to pass that along and probably save some folks some money, right? All right, anyway, we'll see what happens tomorrow. I don't have a very big list for tomorrow, but here goes. SAVA, really nice pop and a pretty strong close. By the way, Wayne called this long, right over 720 or 730 maybe. It gave a quick 20-30 cents. I thought that was a neat little call, and he even said, hey, this is extended. But, near the end of the day, this had a chance, and it did give a decent little pop. But anyway, with that strong close, we definitely want to watch that one tomorrow. APT, Daniel in chat posted APT news, and probably could have got somebody in, I think even before the high of day, no, it was here. I'm sorry, it was here. Probably before the high of day break. I think you probably could have gotten in about 1375 or 78 when Daniel posted that. And that was before I even heard it on my news squawk. So that, again, another hat tip to the great teamwork in the room. And that actually had a really strong close. So now the daily is pretty interesting, right? Got this kind of sideways base, but we'll see if it breaks out tomorrow. APT, what's next? PSTI, this thing's really extended, but it's stupid strong. So I'm going to put it on watch. I'll leave it at that. CODX had a decent headline during the day. It had this big pop. It kind of just bled lower the rest of the day. Having said that, I'm going to keep my eyes on it because of that headline. You had the big pop. It's kind of flagging, but I don't like how much of those gains on that pop that it gave back, but I'm still going to watch it, right? Beyond Meat, BYND, huge move today. Again, I showed you the 2 calls in chat today. And with that strong close, going to watch it tomorrow. THMO, another one that's extended, but it's a low float. I have no idea what the short position is, and topped out right around 850, and you have one more potential catalyst here at 878 if we can get over that. So, maybe we'll get a stacked catalyst situation where it'll give us a setup. I don't like how extended it is, and I really don't like how that one trades. That's the old KOOL, if you remember when it was that symbol. SBOW, a lot of these baby oils have been really strong, and this one has had big 2-day run and really held up well today. Quiet inside day, so it goes back on the watch list. SGRY, kind of a sloppy flag, but a big pop here and kind of forming a sloppy flag, but it's got nice relative strength. NEX, I think this is also an oil and gas play. Kind of an interesting setup here. Nice volume, pretty strong close. Closed at 217. It might get up into that gap tomorrow, so I want to watch that one. And then lastly, BNTC, which made this crazy move back here. Now we've got 2 days lower on declining volume, so that one's becoming interesting to me. I've babbled way too long. I'm done. I'll see you in chat in the morning.